Yeah, excited to be here, excited to have you all here. We're trying to do something really different with Collab.Land and really with social crypto, and just happy to have you all here with us today. So thank you so much.
Super excited about this. And I also wanted to quickly mention that we're going to be giving out a poll up today for this town hall. So if you don't have it yet, you can download the Bow Up app and be ready by the end of this call to claim your Bow Up. We will be sharing it later on. And with that, I would like to start by talking a little bit about our token claim. So I do have some questions for you, Anjali.
Sure.
And the first one, awesome. And yeah, the first one would be, how long is the token claim period?
Yeah, so our token claim period, remember, this is a free claim for everybody who has participated with the Collab.Land product and our network up until this point, goes until May 23rd, 2023. So our total claim period, we wanted to give as many people an opportunity as possible to join, collect our token and join our DAO. And so, from the numbers you've seen it, we have over 2 million people, individuals who have connected with Collab.Land, and we're inviting and excited about having every single one of those people join the Collab.Land co-op, which is our DAO structure. So that goes until May 23rd, 2023. A lot of token claims, they're all different lengths of time. 6 months, ENS was 6 months. We decided Optimism was 3 months. We decided on 3 months, and that felt okay, mainly because we need to get to business. And so if we had a 6 month claim period, then we would have had to wait closer to 6 months to even get started with any of our DAO proposals and voting. And so we made it 3 months, and we just hope that as many people who are interested are going to be able to claim within 3 months. For example, also wanted to point out that our membership NFT that was claimable in October 31, 2021, that one went from October 31 all the way to February 14th. And so, that was a little bit of a longer claim period. But with this one, we really want to get started. And so we just made it 3 months. Hopefully 3 months is enough. Again, tell your friends.
I hope so. And I think so. 3 months is a long time. So, yeah, thank you about that clarification. And yeah, I would like to talk a little bit more about the eligibility for this claim, because in addition to verified members and membership and patron NFT holders, we know that there's a token allocation for our top 100 communities.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
how is this top 100 community distribution process going to be?
Great question. And I see a lot of questions about this in the Discord. And so, thank you, Chibi, for bringing it up. On Twitter, it seems that people are understanding what the top 100 claim is about. But on the Discord, I feel like there's a lot of confusion. The top 100 communities, so 15% of the total Collab.Land distribution of tokens is going to the top 100 communities. The top 100 communities are creating proposals for how they want to use and how they plan to use the Collab.Land token. So we're asking them, really, we think of it as like progressive governance decentralization, which is, instead of us deciding how 100% of the Collab.Land token is distributed, let's pass this responsibility on to our top 100 communities. So the top 100 communities join the server, they get verified as project leaders or project owners. After that, they submit a proposal to the proposals channel. Now, once that happens, a public comment period will begin. And so all of you that are in these top 100 communities, number one, ask them. Like, look, I read your email, or I read your name. You're in a top 100 community. I'm a member of your community. How are you planning on using the Collab.Land token? And have you already got into the proposal process? So as a member of a top 100 communities, the first thing you should do is ask them, just what's going on? Do you know about this? Maybe some of them don't know about this. And so if you can get that message out to them, great. Once that happens, they're going to join our server. They're going to get verified as a representative of a top 100 project that has the ability to make a proposal. Once that proposal is completed, it will be on public comment period about 7 days. I think it's 7 or 8 days, maybe 7 chibi. For public comment period, we will announce
Mhm.
when the public comment period is starting. We will put it in our announcements. Then I'm looking at one of you, Raj Mok. I can see your happy face there. Raj Mok is like, oh, I'm in Project X and they just put up a proposal. Let me read that proposal and let me comment on it. And so there will be that public comment period. After that public comment period is over, the Collab.Land team is going to approve or ask for edits on that collab or on the proposal. And then if it's accepted, then they will be funded. So that's the Top 100 project. And the Top 100 project is about getting our communities to then communicate with their members and come up with interesting ways to engage their communities with the Collab.Land token. Like the part of this, all of this, having a token, having a DAO, is to put responsibility back on our communities, to put responsibility back on our members, to say, hey, this is a project that we're all doing together. And so if we're all doing it together, you're not just waiting around for Collab.Land to decide how to do everything. We're guiding you in that we have the next 2 years pretty much planned out in terms of like different blockchains that are going to be integrated, different platforms that are going to be integrated. Like we're continuing to lead and work on that, but there's so many other things that can come from the community now, especially around the marketplace, which we'll talk about in a little bit later, where you now have a seat at the table for what you want to see your social network be. So we're inviting the participants of our social network to now help make sure and guide the social network in the direction that is working with the needs of the community. So we'll get to that probably a little bit later when we focus on the marketplace specifically. But yeah, this is part of it, is that coming to us and saying, well, why can't we get it directly from the top 100, or you should give it to us directly? That's not what this is about. This is about sharing the responsibility of the Collab.Land network with the people that are participating in it. And these top 100 communities are participants in the Collab.Land network. So now they also get to determine how they want to spend their Collab.Land token.
I think that's awesome. And thank you for all of that information. And yeah, super excited to see and read all of these communities' proposals and to get feedback from
Yes.
everyone. Yeah,
Yes,
I think
it's
that's going
so
to be
cool. I
very
love
interesting.
it. It's so much fun,
Mhm.
isn't it? It's like we as Collab.Land are going to be the Collab.Land co-op where we're going to be having governance, where there will be proposals and people will vote on them. And so we're kind of like trying to export that to our top 100
Mhm.
communities and say, hey, you guys learn about governance, learn about proposals, learn about communicating with your membership in order to temperature check, get a consensus before you even propose something. So we're kind of like trying to get that out there. Like I tweeted about this yesterday, which is like manifesting a DAO future for everyone. And that's kind of part of it. Is like now these top 100 communities are like, wait, what? We have to submit a proposal. We have to talk to our members,
Yeah.
like kind of like getting them into moving in that direction as well, which is community-led governance.
And I think that's kind of the goal, right? To onboard as
Yeah,
many
that is
people
the
as
goal.
possible.
Absolutely. That is the
Mhm.
goal. The goal is for us to all be working together, and that our behavior online, what we decide to pay attention to, that we can reap the benefits of that. You're all in Discord. You're all following communities. Like you should also reap the benefit of that behavior because your time online, it belongs to you, and you're spending the moments of your life in consideration for this time. And so that's extremely important. We take that extremely seriously at Collab.Land, that we have your attention and that means something and that's valuable. And so if the token, whatever happens, with the token and with the benefits of the token, we're all in this together now. And so that's what we're offering to everybody that's a part of our network. When you think about it, like with Facebook, they have new feature requests that happen and they do whatever they want with pricing and advertising and whatever. It's like, but is it best for the people who are using Facebook? Like, are they even
Mhm.
asking? Do they even care? Like, this is what we're trying to do with Web3 Social. And like I said, I should get into the rest of the stuff before we get into that. But that's what we're trying to do. Like, can we create a social network that actually the people who are a participant in that network get to have a voice at the table? Like, that's the purpose of this.
I totally agree. And talking of important things, I think that leads me to my next question for you, Anjali. And that would be, what are the dangers that exist around token claims?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's been a little bit of a nightmare as far as like all of the scammers. Collab.Land has so many impersonators and we go out of our way. Like if you're in the Collab.Land system, then like we've got you. But there's all these people that don't know about Collab.Land and so they just have heard the name or maybe they haven't even heard the name. And we take the safety of those people so seriously, which is why we did a sponsored claim. Like look around, how many people are doing a sponsored claim for tokens? Like we're literally saying you don't have to pay anything. We are going to pay for you to claim your token. And the reason we're doing that is so that you don't have to connect your wallet. And why don't you have to connect your wallet? Because we don't want other people getting scammed by Collab.Land impersonators. So if you're connecting your wallet, that is not Collab.Land. And so that's why we did this. That's why we paid the additional, I think it's already up to about $40,000 in gas fees that Collab.Land has paid for gas for everybody. So we give away a free token and also cover the gas for it through this no wallet connection system so that people can know they should run away if there's another place where they're asking you to connect your wallet. So there are some promoted tweets going on right now that are fake Collab.Land. If you're
Oh my
here,
God.
you know that Collab.Land did not ask for wallet connection. But there are promoted tweets out there that are look legitimate, which are not. And Twitter is selling ads to these scammers. I don't know. That's their system. I mean, it has nothing to do with us, but it's hurting everybody in our space. We've seen fake Blur wallet connection. We've seen fake doodles. These are all promoted tweets. And so please report them. Like, I don't know what Twitter will do, but please report them. So these promoted tweets are fake. Like the only place to get information about Collab.Land is here in the announcements, or you can connect to at collab_land underscore. That's our official Twitter. We somebody's squatting on Collab.Land and we've asked Twitter a million times to give it to us, but they haven't, even though we have the trademark. So that's a whole other issue. But so that's happening on Twitter. In the Discord, there are people that are just, yeah, scammers. They're here just to be opportunists. So be careful. Do not open your DMs. Don't even bother with DMs. I don't bother with DMs. I do not look at them unless it's somebody I know and I have a million shared servers with them or I know their name from somewhere else and I'm verifying with them in my DMs. Like anybody else, I do not even bother with DMs. And so for you, I will say, number one, I'm never going to DM you. I'm just not. I'm sorry, but I'm not. That's just not going to happen. And the reason that's not going to happen is because of all the Dama Daroka fakers. So Anjali line Dama Daroka, that's my name. I'm also #0001. So it's not me if it's not 0001. So number one, I'm never going to DM you. So if you get a DM from me or it looks like me and they're using my picture and they're using my name, it's not me. Ignore it. Block that person immediately. Also bring it up in the server. We have it's called report scam, right, Chibi?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Or
Report.
it can be just scam as well, like dot scam. That
Oh,
works
dot
as well.
scam. Yeah. So you can just report anybody you see that's
Yeah.
behaving in a suspicious way. Go ahead and report them. We can always put them in timeout, do some investigation, and then they can come out of timeout if they're a legitimate person. But, as far as keeping the server safe, that's super duper important right now, as far as scams are concerned. But I would say the promoted tweets are awful. Those
Oh
of you
yeah.
that are asking or wondering like why we've limited responses to our Twitter account, like I'm going to bring that up real quickly too. So what happens is scammers will put malicious links in response to so I'll post something on Collab.Land Twitter, right? Like, oh, this is happening, this project's happening, or this event is happening, come see us, blah, blah, blah. They will post a malicious link in our comments and then block me immediately. So they'll put a link in and then they block Collab.Land immediately. So I cannot read what they wrote. I don't even know who wrote it. And so I can't even block that account. And so we're just in a situation where we're very aware of our audience, which is a very crypto newbie audience. They maybe haven't been in this space for very long, and they're very susceptible. And I'll speak to that in 1 second too, to give you an example of the level of sophistication for some people that are here, which they're all learning. I have no judgment. I thank every single person who is taking a chance and learning about crypto right now. I applaud you. So I'm not making fun of you at all. I'm grateful that you're here, and really, that's what it takes in terms of bringing us into the future. It's not just us, the same whatever 5,000 people just talking to each other all day long. It really matters about welcoming new people into the space. So I thank you for that. Anyway, so you just need to be really careful about all of this. And now I don't remember my original thought, but be very careful. For new people, be very careful. One thing I was going to mention is during the token claim site, we've had people that have, when they're claiming and it says like, what wallet would you like to claim these tokens to? They've put in the Collab.Land contract address. So that's kind of the level of situation we're in, is where we've had a small group of people, but some people that aren't even sure what a wallet address is. And so even though they have a wallet and that they've connected with Collab.Land, you can't connect with Collab.Land without a wallet, but there's still this confusion about like, what am I doing here? So, we just can't take anything for granted. And that's obviously why we did a sponsored claim. And that's why I closed comments to only people that follow Collab.Land. And I know it sucks, and I'm sorry, and I do not like it at all. It makes me really angry about it. And that's why I'm in the Discord all the time, and you can all talk to me. I'm trying to make as much time as I possibly can for the Discord and being in the server. But that's why we had to turn off comments and limit them to only people that we follow because of this scammers loophole, which is put a malicious link and then block the OP. So I'm blocked. I don't even have any way of knowing what's going on. And then these malicious links are shared and retweeted and shared and retweeted, and people keep thinking that they're real. So, scammers are just, it's this situation that we're in, and that we're having to be defensive in that way. But, we're in the Discord. You can ask questions in the Discord. And anyone that's interested in the product obviously can come here and ask questions. Okay. Sorry, Chibi, that went on a little bit long, but I wanted to talk specifically about that.
Yeah, no, I think it's super important. And I think it's great to let people know why we do things and to show that we actually care, because we care. We care a lot about all of the members' safety and everyone's safety, really, in the Web3 space. So thank you. Thank you for all of that information. And yeah, please, everyone, be super careful.
Yes.
And yeah, do your own research. Please be cautious, be vigilant, and yeah, please just take care of yourselves. Never click anything suspicious. And yeah, I
And
think with
don't
that,
really truly, that's really, really the truly thing. Don't click on anything suspicious. If
yeah,
you're here, you're already way ahead of the game because you know what the Collab.Land Twitter is, you know what the Collab.Land link tree is, you know how to deal with people within the Discord. So you're already ahead of the game. But I would say for everybody here, be an ambassador for good. Be an ambassador for reporting on Twitter, be an ambassador for reporting here. If you see some false information being shared, please just be an ambassador for helping your fellow citizen of this space.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's also like when people get used to how things work, I think maybe we also stop being that careful when it comes to what we click and what we sign. So
Yes.
yeah, if you're new or if you're an old user and if you're used to crypto and trading and NFTs, like no matter what, please be careful. I think that's also worth mentioning.
Oh,
And
for
yeah,
sure.
with that,
Chibi, I mean,
mhm.
you've been in this space even longer than I have, so you know. And you've seen people who are crypto natives, if we're going to call them crypto natives, if that's such a thing,
Mhm.
then we've seen people like that also get scammed, social engineered, click on bad links. I mean, it's not just new people who are getting scammed. It's really all of us. The dark forest is a true metaphor here, which is you're
Mhm.
walking in the dark forest, which means you need to make sure you're armed and you need to make sure that you are aware that there are dangers hitting or dangers behind trees that you're walking by. You just don't know. And
Mhm.
so be armed with education, and education is your flashlight. And also being calm, not having FOMO. FOMO is a killer in the dark forest. So don't have FOMO, which means, whenever you make a decision, make sure you're being thoughtful about it. One of the ways I do it is I have my wallet on a completely different instance than I have everything else. And so it's like if I want to interact with my wallet, then I have to like log out of where I am. I have to go find it, like I have the password, I have to go to the password, I have to log into a whole new instance on my computer. I'm not saying you have to go that far. That's what I do, so I don't make any impulse decisions. But think about that in terms of like how you're moving forward and what you're clicking on.
Absolutely. And thank you for that.
Yep.
And yeah, with that, I have one last question when it comes to our token claim. And that would be, now that the token claim is live and the Collab.Land co-op is kicking off, what does that mean for the Discord community?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the way the distribution went is we had all verified members, 2 million of you that have connected 8.2 million wallets. All were eligible for 10 tokens. The 10 tokens are the minimum required to join the DAO. And get your DAO pass. And so now you're members of the DAO. Our membership NFT, which was a free NFT that Collab.Land gave out in October 31, 2021 until February 14th, 2022. That was for the first 1 million connected wallets. It was a thank you, a recognition of early adopters. That was the membership NFT. They got a certain number of tokens. And then we had the patron NFTs, which were for early supporters of Collab.Land. These are people that helped keep the lights on for Collab.Land and allowed us to stay true to our beliefs and able to stay free for every new community that came on, which was super important in the beginning. You can create a project on OpenSea and you can come to Collab.Land and use your free token gating tool in order to have a community started. That was really important for us to remain accessible. And our patrons allowed us to do that. So that's what those NFTs were for. This isn't an NFT project. We are a social network infrastructure project. And so the NFTs were used as a way to identify supporters and early adopters of the project. And so moving forward, the server is going to move more DAO into a DAO direction, which is people who are members of the DAO are going to be having channels where we now discuss the business of the DAO. The membership and the patron NFT are not going to be, maybe in the future, we don't know for sure how the DAO will decide to if there will be any advantages to having the membership NFT or the patron NFT in the future. But the patron NFT was a badge for early supporters of Collab.Land, and it remains that. It remains a beautiful NFT that was created by Popple as a reflection of the badge, and they got a certain amount of Collab.Land token from us for that support that they gave us early on. The membership NFT was a badge of early adoption of Collab.Land, and it remains that, a badge of early adoption for Collab.Land. And that group of people also got some tokens as a thank you, truly a thank you for being a early adopter of Collab.Land. So moving forward, whether or not there is going to be anything else that's interacting with the patron and membership NFTs, I don't know. The roles will stay. But as far as they having their own chat, we're probably going to be rolling everything into the DAO because now we have work to be done. And so work streams have to start, suggestion channels have to come up, the DAO Road to Governance, the DAO educational series that we're going to be working on is going to be launching. This isn't a NFT project. The NFTs were a way for us to leave breadcrumbs for the future of Collab.Land, and we are there right now, which is this next part of Collab.Land is the DAO and community-led governance. And so that's where we are right now. And so over the next few weeks, starting this week and moving forward, the server will be converting more into work. Yeah.
Anjali, I think that's a perfect segue into our next section, talking about token utility and the Collab.Land DAO, or the Collab.Land co-op, as we're now calling it. And I want to ask you, Anjali, after I've claimed my Collab tokens, what is the purpose of the token? How can I use it? And what does that mean for me if I want to become a member of the Collab.Land co-op?
Yeah, so Collab.Land Co-op is our legal classification. Collab.Land DAO, Collab.Land Co-op, I mean, they're interchangeable, but our true legal entity is called the Collab.Land Co-op. And so why not use it since we have it? And we actually have Collab.Land.coop that we'll be building out. But in order to even have .coop, you have to go through the all of the regulatory needs that are required by the state. So we are a Colorado digital co-op, and our official name is Collab.Land Co-op. Are we a DAO? Yes, we're a DAO in that we are inviting members to participate in governance. And so, yes, anyone can participate in the Collab.Land Co-op through like this DAO structure. But yeah, anyone can participate in the Collab.Land Co-op that has 10 Collab.Land tokens. It's open to Americans. That was super important to us. The founders, myself, my husband James, and our third co-founder Raymond Fang are all Americans. Most of our team, not all, are Americans. It was just our investors, Americans. It was important for us to do this in a way that was using the American legal system. And so that's why we chose the co-op structure. Other DAOs that are out there, I was going to call them co-ops, but other DAOs that are out there that are also using the Colorado digital co-op structure are ETH Denver, Spork DAO, Opolis, and also Shapeshift. So you can check them out as well. There isn't a lot of information about it because there aren't that many people using it just yet. Most of the DAOs that you see out there are using either no legal structure at all, or they are using like an offshore foundation. So, Bahamas or Luxembourg, or I don't know, there's lots of different structures out there. And so we're using the Colorado digital co-op structure. And so, yeah, that's us. So what do you do? Okay, what was your question was, you have your Collab.Land token, now what do you do? All right, so let me put myself back there. Okay, so now I've claimed my Collab.Land token. Either I've claimed my 10 tokens for having verified with Collab.Land over the last 3 years, or I have my allocation because I'm a membership NFT holder, which means I was a part of Collab.Land in those first million wallet connections, which thank you so much. Or you're a patron NFT holder, which you really literally helped keep the lights on when we had the mint of the patron NFT. And then you're a top 100 community. So let's say you've claimed your tokens, you've got your 10 tokens. Minimum is 10 tokens, and that's really what this is. And we have our press release also on our Mirror. Check out collabland.mirror.xyz. There's a lot of docs on there. Our press release is also on there. Please take a look. I know reading is not a favorite thing of a lot of people in the server, but I'm going to count on the people that are in this town hall to be readers. And so if you're interested, check out collabland.mirror.xyz, and you can see our initial press release that we put out about the Collab.Land DAO and about what we're becoming. Okay, so you've got your 10 tokens. Now you're like, what do I even do with this? Why do I even care about this? What is this? What is this worth? Why does this matter? This isn't whatever, all the things you're thinking about. Well, what we're doing is we're inviting you, Anon, who is a participant in this social network, Collab.Land, to participate in the future of Collab.Land. And so we're asking you to join our DAO and have a voice in what is important to you moving forward. That's what this token is about. The token is a coordination tool. And we talk a lot about coordination tools and what is this magic of the token. And it was yesterday I posted on my Twitter about how James, my husband, my co-founder, my favorite person, is a DAO maxi. From the beginning, it was like he wrote the white paper for Moloch DAO. He was an original summoner for Moloch DAO. He was one of the first founders of Metacartel. Like, this whole DAO situation has sparked his imagination in a way that I just haven't seen ever before. But he had said, like, tokens are almost as really the biggest innovation in terms of like global coordination tool than since the invention of time itself. And I was like, what? Like, so now we have this time zones. Everyone can meet. When I say meet me at 12 p.m. Eastern, you know exactly what it is. Anyone living anywhere around the world is going to be able to meet me in my Zoom room at 12 p.m. Eastern because of time. And so he's like, tokens themselves are a global coordination tool. Now we get to know what people are about, what they want, what they're interested in. We can meet people that have similar tokens as we do and work on a project together, an initiative together. I know about you by what tokens you hold. And so tokens themselves are a global coordination tool. And I put in travel. I was like, well, travel is also a great coordination tool. And so anyway, the conversation's happening on my Twitter. I'm Dama Daroka. Come join in. But it's like travel. Someone else said telephone. Someone else said language, so tongue. And so there's all these different coordination tools of how we as a global, just as human beings living on this planet together, what tools we've used to be able to like work together efficiently. And tokens is now on that list of something that has global reach that everybody in the world have the opportunity to participate in. You know, they may have the digital divide in that they don't have a computer, or they don't have internet, or whatever it is. But even now, they're saying more people have cell phones with internet than even have like toilets in the world. So it's really quite prolific, and it's happening at a faster pace than ever before. So now you're joining the DAO, you're going to the origami platform, and I know either Chibi or Bao, maybe you can post it. I think it's .dao. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Chibi?
Anyone in the chat can just use decimal point DAO to pull up the information about the origami DAO framework and the Collab.Land DAO.
Perfect. So you're going to get your 10 tokens or however many tokens you have. You're going to, if you didn't follow along right after the claim, then you can come into the server. You can put .dao, so .dao, and you're going to be able to learn how to claim your DAO Pass. Now, can I get into a little bit about the DAO Pass? Because I know there's been a lot of confusion around the DAO Pass. And so I'd love to, Bao, but I don't know if you have another question or if it's okay if I just kind of follow my own thread of thought right now. So you tell me.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we were going to bring that up later in the discussion, but I'm fine if you talk about it now. And then also, if you want to talk a little bit about the marketplace and how that relates to what token holders can do in the future, maybe we can get into that a little bit too.
Perfect. So let me talk about the DAO Pass right this minute. And then once I'm done, remind me of that, what you just said. And we can just kind of work together to get all the information out as quickly as we can. Okay, so people have been asking about the DAO Pass. What is a DAO Pass for? Why do I need it? Why do I care? What is it worth? Pretty much those are the questions that come about DAO Pass. Now, the origami framework, which is the framework that we're using, we chose specifically for ease of use and ease of onboarding. I know that there are lots of other DAO platforms available, DAO structures available in terms of onboarding, but we chose origami for this reason. Now, the origami platform requires a DAO Pass. And so we were in the situation where we're like, well, do we really need people to have a DAO Pass in order to join the Collab.Land DAO? And can't they just vote with their tokens? Why do they need this? But again, we're using the origami platform and they've been delightful partners. But part of that system, the origami system, is the DAO Pass. So you go and you claim your DAO Pass. And so when you vote, when the voting starts, which is halfway through the claim period, which is about 6 weeks from this week, what it's going to be is you're going to need your DAO Pass and you're going to need your Collab.Land tokens in the same wallet in which to make your vote. That's how you vote, is that you have to have the DAO Pass and your tokens. And so wherever you have your tokens, just claim a DAO Pass. So let's say you had 500 tokens and you now have, you moved half of it into another wallet. Well, collect a DAO Pass for that other wallet as well. And that way you'll be able to vote with any wallet that has a DAO Pass and has a number of Collab.Land tokens. And you only need that one, and only one is valid for each wallet. So having multiple DAO passes in the same wallet doesn't make any sense or have any benefit or anything like that. It's token weighted voting until the DAO changes that decision. But the original starting out, it's token gated voting. And so you just need to have a DAO pass and your tokens. So does that mean anybody can like vote extra or vote more? No, because if you have 1,000 tokens and you moved it into 10 wallets with 100 each, your vote is only going to be worth 1,000 tokens, whether or not it's in 5 wallets or 1 wallet or 100 wallets. So you only need one DAO pass per wallet that you have Collab.Land tokens. So that's the most important thing to know. Next thing about the DAO Pass is, does it have any value? Well, it's not transferable. You can't sell it. And so, does it have any value if you can't sell it? Yes, the value of it is to participate in the network. But do you get any benefits from having multiple or claiming multiples, or like, is there any value there? Like, is it you're paying with the minutes of your life to list it on marketplaces? And so, is that worth the no money you're going to get? I would say no. So, I'd say just get the one you need for your wallet. And then in the future, if you decide to move wallets and put your token somewhere else, then just grab another DAO Pass for that wallet too. How's that?
Awesome. That's a fantastic answer. And I think Chibi might have some follow-up questions, but
I'm here.
before we get in, okay.
Let's pick on this a little bit, because I know that stuff has come up, and then I'm happy to stay on. So, I know we have a hard stop at 1, but I'm willing to go on and get through whatever questions are out there. So, that we have here. So let's just see if we can do this. I know not everybody wants to hang out all day, but I'm here. All right, what's up, Chibi?
That's awesome. The one question I have related to this is it's kind of exciting for me. But yeah, since the claim went live, what do the current stats look like? What are the claiming numbers look at? Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Oh boy. Okay, so these are not the most up to date, but I do have some here. Maybe you can post the Etherscan link, Chibi? So that way
Absolutely.
people can look on their own. But according to the stats that I'm looking at now, which are probably from today, because I haven't looked at the stats right before I got on. Like I said, I had a panel right before this, so I didn't really have much time to prepare. But for all these extra things, so I'm sorry. So I can look at the data as the last data I have. The last data I have is 83,000 holders of Collab.Land token and 38,000 members of DAO Pass. And also there's 15,000 of you in the Discord. So there's 15,000 DAO members in the Discord. So that's actually very, very cool. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this is the latest, but as of today, someone gave me this today. So as of earlier today, it's this.
That's super exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, the fact is we're trying to change things. We're trying to make a difference here. We're trying to do something different than what we've seen before. And it is not for everybody. Like I feel really, really grateful that, James and I, we're co-founders, but we're also partners in life and love. We've been together and living together since August of 1995. We are Berkeley hippies. I learned that more every day. I would have never identified myself that way as a Berkeley hippie, but this experience more than ever before is really showing us in terms of like what our values are and what optimistic view we have of the world. And so, our values are this, which is we want to move into community-led governance for a social network and have the members of that social network have a say in the future of that network. Can we do that? Can we be always mission aligned with our communities and our members? And that is desperately important to us. And that's why we're here. And our third co-founder is Raymond Fang, who's worked in open source for over 10 years and is the foundation for Collab.Land, a loopback network that he co-created. And so for him, it's a sustainable model for engineers. We want people to contribute to open source. And can we give them a sustainable model where they can participate by giving, working on a project and providing development for that project. And then that project doesn't just go on and sell to the highest bidder or make its founders rich and at the expense of their work. And so these two ethos, these two visions, James and myself from community led government and what we wanted for this project, this social network, this new world that we're creating, and to always be aligned with the people using our project. And in hand, handshake with a sustainable future for open source developers. Has created what we are today. And it's not easy. It is very much against what's happening in crypto right now. Crypto is extremely financialized. And there are people that have certain expectations of what an airdrop should be, or a token should be, or why should this matter to me? And we're trying to handhold them now into a new future where we say how what you own should and how you are and how you spend your days of your life should matter, and that we are including your voice with us as we move forward in this social network. So, being the first comes with its challenges, but I will tell you, I am leaning deeply into the reasons why we started this project and why we are becoming a DAO and why we have a token. And so, in that way, it's like I'm grateful that we've gone through all of this together, and we have a solid team of people who are trying to make a change here. So, very excited about that.
That's a super exciting thread that I want to pull apart a little bit in talking about how Collab.Land is really opening its doors to the community to come and participate and help shape the future of Collab.Land. So it raises the question for me, Anjali, what is the future looking like? Where are we going right now? What is next in the Collab.Land co-op? And how does that relate to the marketplace?
Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm going to try to unpack that really slowly. So to tell you where we're going, I'll tell you where we came from. So Collab.Land was, and well, now it's a Collab.Land co-op. It's a completely different legal entity. Collab.Land started from a bridge. A bridge started in 2018 and became a corporation in 2019 as a social contract wallet. The goal of a bridge was to bring as many people into crypto as possible. We believe that we can undo, hopefully for future generations, some of the harm that's been done in our traditional financial systems around oppression and racism and segregation and who has opportunity to what. Women weren't even allowed to have credit cards 50 years ago. Like, there's a lot of historical oppression that we live with all over the world. And so crypto being an opportunity for people to come in without the same things that are holding them back in previous generations was very exciting to us. And so the first thing we came out with was this social contract wallet. Let's try to give people an opportunity to have a wallet that they don't, maybe if they lose their private key, they don't lose everything. There's some social recovery. Maybe people they know, people they trust can also be their backbone. So that started in 2018 and 2019. It wasn't getting anywhere. There were no apps in crypto. People were not really flocking to have this wallet. And so we pivoted in early January of 2020 to no-code tooling. We thought, well, if we cannot get the users to come because there's really nothing to do, maybe we can get the developers to come. And if we have this no-code tooling, then they can come and build and not have to be worried or concerned about not knowing Solidity or whatever other programming language that they don't know or they feel inferior about. So Collab.Land was actually the first reference implementation of that no-code tooling. Version 1 of Collab.Land was built on that no-code tooling. And the purpose of Collab.Land was to serve our own needs, which is get our own DAO members into Collab 19 DAO, which we had at the time, to try to collect grants and distribute grants for victims of COVID-19. We're like, how do we get all these people into a chat together? And how do we know who is here and a part of the project and who isn't a part of the project? So Collab.Land was started specifically token gating. The concept of token gating didn't exist. So we created that concept of token gating, and it was now you can have people of your project in a group together, and if they sell or divest from your project in any way, then they can get kicked out of the channel. So that was the original vision of Collab.Land. Since then, since May of 2020, now we're at over, and I really haven't looked at the numbers at the last minute. Like I said, we've been focused on other things, which I can also get to. But the last numbers were, the last ones I updated on the website was 8.2 million wallet connections. And so now we support over 23 different blockchains. That was an early decision of Collab.Land, which is like, do we go up the Ethereum stack? Do we go up the DAO stack? DAOs on ETH stack. And that was one of the first questions because that's who our original supporters were. And so we're like, oh, we really need to tend to our supporters. But then NFTs came along and I was just like totally smitten with them. And I was thinking, wait a minute, if somebody like me who is not interested in necessarily the financial aspects of crypto can be interested in this community and art aspect of it, this could mean mass adoption. this could get us closer to mass adoption because now you're attracting a whole new different type of people. And they may come for the pretty picture or the funny picture, but I don't care how they got here. The fact is now they're here and we're going to have an opportunity to teach them about the blockchain and teach them about immutability and teach them about decentralization. And this is the exciting part, which is mass adoption for crypto and the blockchain. And so that's how we decided to continue to grow. And so Collab.Land started with Ethereum, and then it continued to add new chains, and now we're up to 23 different blockchains. And we have 25 different wallet options. And on top of that, we started on Telegram and then moved to Discord because of our relationship with Jason Citron, who is the CEO of Discord. And so at that time, it was James, my husband, who had worked with Jason in the past, said, "Hey, is it okay if I bring my crypto token gating bot to Discord?" And the answer was, "Yes, please. We're interested in this. We want to, we'll support you in that. We won't block your bot and we won't kick your bot out of Discord for performing token gating of crypto assets or crypto tokens." And so that was the beginning of crypto on Discord, was their relationship 10, 15 years ago between Jason and James working in the gaming industry. So just a little bit of background. James, my co-founder and my husband of Bridge, and the creator of Collab.Land and creator of Token Gating, he was a lead dev on Farmville, for those of you that are older in the audience. And Farmville was a game of Zynga. It was a farming game. And the way they had done it is, instead of making their own game platform, they put their game Farmville on Facebook. And if you want to know how Collab.Land started this way, going to Web 2 platforms instead of creating their own Collab.Land product, where you actually had to go to a Collab.Land website and have your communities there, why we chose this approach. And it's from that learning. The learning is you have to meet people where they are. And instead of Zynga creating their own gaming platform at the time and asking people to come to Zynga and play their farm game, they put Farmville on Facebook, where everybody was already there, living, laughing, enjoying their life, hating their life, whatever it is. And so Farmville became popular because of that. And that's really the story of Collab.Land itself, which is like, instead of creating a separate platform altogether, a Web3 native platform, it's let's meet people where they are. Let's take this to them. Asking people to come to you is not an easy task. And because of the learning of Farmville, he knew that this would be a winning strategy. So really, everyone out there, there's some advice for you, is give that a try if you have an app. And that actually leads perfectly into my marketplace conversation. But you want to go where your users are. Now, Bao, I don't think I need you to ask it. I can just move straight into marketplace. But if you want to ask, then I'm okay with that too.
No, I'm super glad you just segued right into it. I think you're at the perfect point, so I'll let you take it away.
Okay, awesome. So what is the marketplace? Why is the marketplace? So when we got to the point where we were over 40,000 servers, Collab.Land is installed in over 40,000 servers. When I talk about that, when I think about that, having ran the support team for a year and a half, I'm just like, oh my gosh, do we want that? But being on this side of it, I was a little more scared back then. But now it's like 40,000, I get to be in a position where I get to get excited about that. Like, what does that mean? 40,000 servers, 40,000 communities, and actually it's more than that because it's 43,000 on Discord and about 2,500 on Telegram. So it's more than that. I'm just rounding to 40,000. And so it's like, what do we get to do now? Now we have the attention of 40,000 projects. What do we get to do now? How do we get to now bring the rest of the ecosystem with us? Like, this gives us the opportunity to dream bigger because this is a success. People are using Collab.Land. We came up with this idea, Collab.Land, not me. Like I said, my husband, James, did. He's amazing. And my co-founder, he came up with this idea of token gating. Who the heck knew if it was going to even be anything? Like, now we all take it for granted that of course it's a thing, but back then we had no idea it was going to be a thing. An example of this, and is a funny anecdote, is our bot is Collab.Land number 6372. I mean, I cannot tell you what tells you we didn't know it was going to be a success than seeing that number 6372. Can you imagine if we thought it was going to be successful, we would have made it 0001 or 6969, which is a joke I like to make. But 6372 is a ridiculous number for our bot, but that just goes to show we were just experimenting, just like all of you that are just experimenting. We were just experimenting too. And so this experiment of Collab.Land, thankful to early adopters that used us, which were all DAOs. So we wouldn't all be, none of us would be here if it wasn't for DAOs using Collab.Land. Really, that's where the innovation for token gating came from. And I'm just so proud of that, that it came from DAOs. Anyway, and so we had token gating. And so now it's like we're at 40,000 people. Sorry, I'm getting my thought back. We are at 40,000 people. And now what do we get to do? Well, what we get to do is invite developers who are building or wanting to build apps for communities, for Web3 community, for crypto community, anyone who has an idea for one. Now we can offer them a distribution platform. Now we can have a marketplace where if you've got an idea, and I know, Bao, I'll use you as an example. The other day you were like, I want a GM bot and I want a bot that does whatever X, Y, and Z, and it's super fun and cool and it's funny. And I really want to get it out there in front of as many people as possible. How do I do that? Well, now in this situation, you would be able to make a proposal to have it be in the Collab.Land marketplace. And so now we're opening up our marketplace to people that want to build in the social crypto space. What else are you going to do? You know, we thought about it in the beginning, like we're so lucky. It's almost like being in the Apple App Store, where if you go to the Apple App Store, there's apps there that you can download to your phone. Like, it's so easy. And in the same way, the marketplace is like, now you can have apps there. So these 40,000 admins that are using Collab.Land already, and hopefully more that are going to continue to want to use Collab.Land, and we can all make that future together, is they can put their app, if it's approved by the DAO, they can put that mini app in the marketplace. And so now anyone that has a Collab.Land bot installed in their server is going to be able to see this extra functionality that is going to be added to their Collab.Land community. And you don't even have to worry about adding a new bot, because this is like a mini app. It's like a lightweight part of the person who launched it or put it in the marketplace. Like, this could be just some lightweight version of it. And so you're going to just be able to add it to the Collab.Land bot and experience some new functionality. And so the beauty of that is, I mean, there's multiple reasons why it's amazing, but from the community admin perspective, you don't need every single thing. Like Collab.Land, it has a snapshot integration. Collab.Land has a POAP integration. Collab.Land has a VCred mini app. So there's like lots of different things that are going on in the App Store, and eventually we can categorize them by like NFT. You know, check out these mini apps for NFT communities. Check out this set of mini apps if you're an investment group. Check out these mini apps if you're a DAO. Like, there's going to be, you know, as the marketplace grows, we're going to be able to have like subcategories of these features. But the beauty of it is now developers that really want to serve our space, serve social crypto, serve crypto communities, they're going to be able to get those features in front of the people who are going to use them, which is the Collab.Land admins on behalf of the Collab.Land members or the members of their communities. So that's what you're going to get to do with the marketplace. Now, the marketplace idea was really the first time when we got to 40,000 servers, we're like, what can we do? Let's start dreaming. And how can we, you know, have our dreams of what we want to do, which is making this a decentralized social network, or at least a social network that has the needs of the community at the top table at all times. So the marketplace came out of success. You know, we were at over 40,000 communities. Now it's, what do we get to do? Now we get to have a marketplace. Now we've earned the right to have a marketplace. So for everybody out there, it's like, you think about that in terms of like, serve first. You know, we really hope we can be an example to crypto projects, crypto communities, everyone, the ecosystem, which is why I'm doing the speaking and I'm taking every opportunity to talk about this, is because now that people are paying attention, let's try to use our voice for good. And so that's what we're doing here, which is like, now you have this opportunity to create a server or create a community based on the needs of your membership. And so as a DAO, we're going to decide what's important to us. What new features do we want to see? As part of our social network. I used this as an example earlier, but like when Facebook rolls out features, who gets to decide like what those features are? Like who really gets to decide of that? And so now you're in a situation where you do
What a
have
community.
Don't lose it.
Yeah.
Don't lose your voice. This is much bigger than any probably way you've thought about tokens up until this point. Think of this as a token as your voice in a network that you get to also participate in that values your voice. And that token is the worth of your voice here.
And Anjali, I want to ask you a couple of follow-up questions about the marketplace and how community members can participate in that. But before I do,
Yes.
I just want to make a quick mention to our community members and just to share our gratitude here for you, all of you who have taken the time to join us here today for our town hall. We have a special POAP for today's first POAP town hall. And you can go and claim that by visiting the POAP mobile app on your mobile device. And when opening the mobile app, you can click on the right-hand side. There's a little tooltip or modal that you can type in the secret word for today's town hall. And the secret word for today is Collab.DAO, all lowercase. So that's COLLABDAO, all lowercase, all one word. And that will allow you to claim today's POAP. That'll be open for another 9 minutes or so. So go ahead and go claim your POAP. But I just wanted to get that out there to the audience. Thank you all so much for joining today. This has been a phenomenal discussion with Anjali, our co-founder, and TB, our host. So Anjali, circling back, how can I, as a community member who has claimed my DAO pass, who holds Collab.Land tokens, how can I participate in the marketplace and in curating mini apps?
Yes, so we already have DAO. Okay, so the DAO proposals and votings, like I mentioned earlier, this is a 3-month claim period. We want as many people to join us as possible. And so voting and proposals and all of that official on-chain voting does not start until halfway through the claim period. So if you're expecting that we're going to be doing that right away, we're not. The purpose of that is inclusivity. Right now, what you can do, and remember, we're bringing a lot of new people into DAOs. This is not something where people are all DAO people and they're going to be able to start the first day and start this process. A lot of people that are unfamiliar with DAOs at this point. So we do have DAO channels that are already, or a whole DAO category that you can join with your DAO pass. We are going to have this road to governance. There's a lot of words here, so I'm going to try to get them out in a way that makes sense. We have a road to governance, what we're calling the road to governance, which is start having content about DAOs, DAO curriculum, DAO education in the Discord over the next 6-7 weeks. And so we're going to have that happening. There will be suggestion channel opening around that. So actually, I think there's 2 channels. I talked to Chibi and Candy this morning. There's 2 channels. One is going to be about telling us what level of DAO are you? Are you a DAO maxi? Or have you been in 1 or 2 DAOs? Do you know what a DAO is or what's a DAO? So there's going to be a channel where you're going to be able to answer that question. And that is super important for us because that information of where everybody is in terms of like their DAO knowledge is going to help shape like how deep and how shallow and or how wide or broad we need to get over DAOs over the next 6-7 weeks. So please, please, please answer that when it comes up. I don't know if it's up, not, or it's up yet, Chibi. I don't think so, but we talked about it this morning.
No, it isn't up yet, but very, very soon.
Okay, cool. So yeah, when the DAO channel, if you already have a DAO pass, go into the DAO channels. Let us know what level of DAO you are. And then there's going to be a suggestions channel too, and feedback. And so if there's something specific about DAOs you want us to cover, so this is kind of like the pre-DAO time, where we're like trying to make sure that we can get all the correct information. Like the people on our team have been in DAOs for a pretty long time. And so we're not necessarily as connected with first-time DAO people. And so it would really help us if you just have questions about what's a DAO, or how do you DAO, or how do you vote, or what does this mean, or any of that, what kind of proposals, then you want to put that all there. Wouldn't you say, Bao? We need the newbie questions right now desperately.
Absolutely. Totally. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
I think
And so,
us here, being in the DAO space for quite some time, it's super helpful for us to know sort of what level of understanding you're coming in with, so we can better guide you along in understanding how the Collab.Land DAO will operate and how you can participate in that. But first things first, we have to, go over the basics and make sure that, the entire community here feels like they can be a part of that and participate in this. So
yes, thank you. Yes,
yeah.
That's it. What he said is it. Absolutely, Bao, which is having the most number of people participate and being able to show all the new people about this other side of crypto and the way that we're using the blockchain in order to bring inclusivity and equality as best we can. We're going to make our own mistakes. I mean, I'm not going to kid anybody and say we're going to solve every single problem, but what we're going to do is try to solve some of the problems that we see already. So that's a big deal. Okay, now as far as like how can DAO members participate in the marketplace? Yes. So the builders are here. The builders are here in this Discord and will be joining the Discord. So when you have a need in your community, if you can think of something that you're like, I think we should have a bounty for whatever app, that X mini app. I want to find babysitters in my area, and I want babysitters that are, I'm just giving an example. I don't know if it's a good one or even a legal one, but I need to find a babysitter in my area. And I think it's really important for me to know, like in the server, how many people have whatever, or provide that service in my area, blah, blah, blah. And I want it to be limited to this token gated community that I have. And so you may want that mini app. Well, we have channels here, dev channels and the DAO channels, where we can collect that information and builders are going to look at it. This is an opportunity to, like I said, create a social network that you want. And so let's not lose that opportunity of having a voice in what happens with Collab.Land and what features are built on Collab.Land. That's your right as a DAO member, as a participant in the co-op, to have your voice heard. So I would say participate in the DAO channels starting now. Start thinking about what your community wants or needs and make it known. And also what was I going to say? Well, do all the surveys. Yeah, make sure that you do the surveys. In the meanwhile, as far as like just being a good server member and what you can do for the Collab.Land DAO and for people to know what we're about, is just be responsible for yourself. When you report, take responsibility for everything that you do and say. Like, this is an opportunity right now to share this message. So if you're a believer in this message, then and you want to see Collab.Land succeed, then help. Like, this belongs to all of us now. It's not just me. Like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing everything I can to try to get this message out to everybody who's interested. And even people who are not interested. I'll tell you, there are a lot of people who are not here for the reasons that we were hoping. But instead of thinking of it negatively, like why do they only care about this part of it? When tokens are so much greater, there's so much more. The unlock is so much more beautiful for all of us. Instead of thinking that, it's more like, can I see if I can pierce that armor a little bit? Like, maybe there is an opportunity. Maybe some of you are in the audience, like, for you to hear what we're really trying to do here, which is something so special. Like, is there a way to warm your hearts? I don't know. Like, I think that's part of the goal.
Anjali.
Yes.
I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to make a really quick mention again of the POAP secret word. So it's Collab DAO, all lowercase, all one word, COLLABDAO. And you can go claim today's special POAP for the first co-op town hall. So go check that out. Apologies for not being able to write that in the chat. It's just against the guidelines of POAP. So we're close with POAP. We don't want to step on their toes and want to follow the rules here in our community. So go ahead, claim the POAP. But Anjali, yeah, gosh, these points are so valuable. I think for me personally, coming into Collab.Land, I love the inclusive nature of this community, and I really hope that we can continue to be a beacon of light and hope for people who are in the Web3 space, especially folks who are just coming into the DAO space and not really familiar with it. I hope we can really educate them and get them to see what we're motioning toward and what we're trying to build as a collective, as a community, as a Colorado co-op. It's super innovative and exciting time. So, yeah.
Thank you, Bao. That's really meaningful. Everyone, if you're going to go get the POAP, it's really hard. I just tried to do it while Bao was talking and it says game over. So you may want to go and get it. I don't know how long the claim is open, because if the claim is not open for very long, I think we should just cut it. And then I can come back again tomorrow or the next day. I have no problem talking all day about this. I'm so grateful that even 155 of you are here to listen. So, thank you all. But if you want to go claim the POAP, how many more minutes do they have left, Bao?
It just closed out.
Oh my God. I didn't get to get the dope POAP. Oh, well.
There's going to be so many more of these here every Tuesday.
Yeah. So, well, I'm with you. I'm with all of you who didn't get to claim the POAP for Collab.Land Co-op Town Hall #1. I didn't get it either. But anyway, okay. Are there any other questions? Chibi, have any other questions come up that you want me to speak on? Or Bao, is there any other follow-up question that you have? I will, if you guys don't have questions, and I'm going to totally talk about our Collab.Land short films. So if I get a chance to talk about that a little bit, I don't know if either of you have questions, but if you don't, then I'd love to be able to talk about it.
I have one last question, but I'm going to let Chibi go first.
Okay.
Absolutely. I just wanted to quickly mention that I can try to request some POAP codes for those who are here and weren't able to get it. So yes, so I'll work on that, and yeah, I will check with you guys in the Collab.Land Co-op Town Hall #1 events room post. So if you can leave a message there if you're hearing this and let me know that you're not able to get your POAP, I will try my best to get it to you. And yeah, awesome. So having said that, I was wondering, Anjali,
Yes.
is there any exciting announcements when it comes to the marketplace or anything else we would like to mention?
Yes. The marketplace, the beta version of the marketplace is coming out on Thursday. So Thursdays have kind of become our magic days. And I think moving forward with the Collab.Land Co-op, we're going to try to move all of our stuff to Thursdays. Thursdays has just been, special for us so far. We announced our token launch on a Thursday. We started the token claim last Thursday, and this Thursday we're going to be announcing the beta version of the marketplace. So the marketplace is already going to be launching with a certain number of mini apps already, but it's going to be really cool because it's going to at least be able to show developers like what's possible. There are mini apps that are already there, but those mini apps that we're launching with are mini apps that we decided that we wanted to put in the marketplace. And so they're not going to be what everybody wants. I mean, that's the whole point of having a decentralized social network here. And for us to all work together, like this marketplace is the first iteration of a community built marketplace. And that's what the DAO is going to be doing. It's going to be providing bounties for the apps that the communities want to be made. And it's going to have developers that are going to be able to participate in the market by putting their mini apps there. And so in all of this, we'll have the Collab.Land token will be a part of this ecosystem. And so it's like we're really saying value is going to be built together to this social network. We got this far on our own. Like Abridge, the corporation with Collab.Land as a project, got this far on its own. And we think we did a pretty good job, where now it's like we've got to this next level where we get to now invite everybody to join with us for this next part of the ride. We're really, really proud of that. Like, despite anything else that's happening in this moment, we knew it was going to be a rough. Whenever you're trying to do something different, it's rough. We get that, and we were prepared for that. So, if you're wanting to do this with us, like, we're just so excited to have you. Let's create something beautiful together.
That's so sweet, and a great message to sort of wrap up the conversation around the marketplace and the DAO. Anjali, I really want to get into what you're excited about for ETH Denver and what Collab.Land has planned for ETH Denver in 2023. We're just about to get kicked off in the main week for the main events of the conference tomorrow. And I know we have some exciting news to share, I guess, for today and also tomorrow related to the Web3 Social House. So yeah, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Well, I mentioned already, the beta version of the marketplace is going live on Thursday, and that Thursdays have kind of become our special day. I've already been on 2 panels already. So yesterday I spoke at DAO Planet. If you're following me on Twitter, I mean, I'm not someone that's like, follow me on Twitter. You need to follow me on Twitter. But if you're into this and you want to like see what's going on and like try to keep in touch this week, especially about like different places that I'm going to be at or Collab.Land's going to be at, join my Twitter. Like, that's really where I'm posting stuff. I'm not going to post it in the Discord server because not everybody here is interested in where I'm going to be. But if you are and you want to talk or hang out or whatever, yeah, follow me on Twitter, then I can tell you where we are. Now, we do have, so yesterday I spoke at the DAO Planet event. I was on a panel. I was kind of a last minute fill in. It was supposed to be Stani from Lens, and then he couldn't make it. So then they called me, which I'm flattered. So that was the first time I got to talk about the Collab.Land co-op out loud in front of people. And it was just such a beautiful moment. I forgot how excited I was about it until I got to say it out loud. Every time I get to say it out loud, I get more excited about it. So yeah, that was yesterday. And then this morning I did a panel at the Web3 Social House. And I don't know, Chibi, if you could put the Luma link somewhere. So there's an RSVP for the Web3 Social House. The Web3 Social House is all day today and all day tomorrow. And so I have a few events in and out of the Web3 Social House over the next couple of days. And so I may see you there, or, like if you want to run into Collab.Land, then and there might be some members of our team there. So that's something or even if you don't get to meet us, there's lots of people there from social Web3. That's really all they're doing is like talking about social Web3, which is so fun. Like if you're all here because you're interested in the social part of crypto and not necessarily the financial side of crypto or the trading side of crypto, come to the Web3 Social House. You're going to meet people from all over the world. I was there this morning. You're going to meet people from all over the world that are in this particular small subgroup of crypto. So I highly recommend Web3 Social House. And then we have a bunch of activities happening during ETH Denver. I hope every single person that's listening gets to come. But let me think, the first one is on the 2nd, on March 2nd. We have a panel at 1:40. I'm going to try to remember this all off the top of my head, Val. Let's see if I can do it. At 1:40 on March 2nd, we have a panel called The Making of a DAO. And it includes our DAO partners. Our lawyers are going to be there. And they, we worked with them closely to create this Colorado co-op structure that you guys all get to be a part of if you're a Collab.Land token holder. Our lawyers are going to be there. Origami is going to be there. Optimism is going to be there. And Fire Eyes is going to be there. Fire Eyes was our token advisors and really our strategy advisors from the beginning. And, sorry, not Origami. Fire Eyes was the advisors for like ENS, Optimism, Gitcoin, just a bunch of other projects. So we came very, come from our vision and our needs and what we're trying to accomplish, and working with others that are deep in this space to come up with a strategy that we can continue the morals and values and ethos of Web3, even if we're trying to have mass adoption. Anyway, so that's the Making of a DAO. Let's hope I keep my other introductions to all the other events much shorter. On Friday night, which is March 3rd at 7 p.m., I was asked to be a moderator for a DAO panel on the main stage. So the first one wasn't on the main stage. It was on probably impact and public good. I think that's the one that's the closest to where our booth is, which is impact and public good. We're in a part of the ETH Denver conference called DAO Town, which I think is really cute. But it's DA,
Yes.
right? Isn't DAO Town cute? I love it.
It's so cute. Yeah,
So
it
we're
reminds.
downtown. Yeah, that's where our booth is going to be. So if you're at East Denver, come to our booth. I have stickers. So come and get them. We're a free product, so we don't have t-shirts, but we have stickers. At least in terms of what we can offer in terms of swag. This is actually our first time we've even had a booth. So the whole thing was very new to us, and because we're not event planners, but we figured it out. So come to Downtown, come to our booth, say hello. But our panel is going to be in Downtown. Most likely all of our panels are going to be in downtown area, except for March 3rd at 7 p.m. on the main stage. I get to moderate a panel about DAOs. So I was very excited about that. I was asked to participate as a panelist and then was asked if I could also be a moderator. And so somehow I am supposed to be both a moderator and a panelist simultaneously. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, I'll be there on the main stage at 7 p.m. on March 3rd, so come to that. And then on March 4th, we have two exciting events happening at ETH Denver. One is at 2 p.m. We have the screenings of our short documentary films, which I didn't get to talk about earlier, but I will right now. Let's Form Group.xyz. Let's Form Group.xyz. So all lowercase, nothing in between. Yeah, just all the words jumbled together, no apostrophe. So we're having a screening of those videos, and then we're going to have a chat after the screening with hopefully some of the subjects and the filmmakers. So let's see who gets to be there. I know people are traveling and stuff, so hopefully everything's okay. So that's who's expected to be there. So we're having that, and then later that day, James is going to be talking about. So last year, just for some context, James's ETH Denver speech was about how Collab.Land really what its dreams were, the dreams of Collab.Land, and having community-led governance is a part of that dream. And so being able to say just last year, like, this is part of our dream, and then to be able to come back a year later and say, look, this is a dream realized. We're doing it. It's not easy. It is a battle, but we believe in this so deeply that we're just going to take whatever lumps get thrown at us, and we're going to see if we can bring DAO into the mass adoption. So that's going to be that talk. So we have these events going on, and in the meanwhile, we have the Web3 Social House and the booth.
Let's go. That's so exciting. And then we also have a couple more things to quickly mention. We have the workshop tonight with Raymond Fang, our CTO, which it's already oversold. I think we have 130 people on the wait list and 300 people who are confirmed and have tickets. So in the venue.
Tell everybody where it is anyway, really quickly. It's at the Vibe Hotel tonight. So like there's a bunch of cool crypto stuff happening at the Vibe Hotel. Bao, that's why I want to mention this instead of just saying like don't come. Yeah, it's not like
Right.
don't come,
Right.
you're not going to be able to get in. You should still kind of just come and like hang out if you're into crypto, because like the Vibe Hotel is like one of the locations where people are hanging out. So
Yeah.
I'd recommend like the Source Hotel, the Vibe Hotel, like, if you're around Denver, come check it out.
Yeah, so referencing or piggybacking on what you're saying, Anjali, there's all of these sort of satellite events that are taking place today in and around the main venue, which is the Western Stock Show. But these satellite events are all happening on Brighton Boulevard. And they're all within a couple of blocks of each other. So even if you can't get into the workshop, there are certainly other, attendees from ETH Denver, hackers, builders, friends in the DAO space who are here and in the area. So you won't be alone if you can't get in. There's a lot to really to do this year at ETH Denver. So yeah, don't feel like if you can't make it. That you're missing out on anything. There's a lot to take in here.
There's a lot to take in also about the workshop. We're going to be recording it. And so we will be sharing it either on YouTube or in the Discord somehow. I'm not sure, but we are recording it in hopes of having it published on Twitch or something. I don't know. I'm not the media person, but all I know is that we're recording it so that way it could be distributed in the future. So even if you miss the workshop, it's okay. We're going to get that information out to you.
Awesome. I think this is a really good point to wrap up on. I don't have anything more for the audience, but Chibi, I wanted to give you the opportunity to speak if there was anything we missed, or if you wanted to, briefly mention the co-op once more.
I think we're good. Just for everyone asking about the BOAP, if there's any links or anything, I just submitted a request to get some links for all of you who are not able to claim during the period of time where it was live. So I will get back to you. I'm reading your messages, and yeah, I will let you know if those get approved or not. And yeah, I think there's nothing else in the agenda to talk about. But yeah, just wanted to, I guess, quickly mention that we have all of these town halls on Tuesdays, and the time may change depending on the week and if there's any other events. But yeah, we invite you all to join us on a weekly basis on Tuesdays. We're super happy to have you here. And yeah, is there anything else, Bao, that you would like to mention?
No, I think you covered it, Chibi. Yeah, this was great. Thank you for hosting, and Anjali, thank you for all the incredibly thoughtful answers and responses. I feel pretty inspired every time I get up here every week with you guys on stage and talk about this. Like you said, Anjali, we're actually finally living the dream that Collab.Land set out. So this is all of our opportunity to get involved in shaping the future of Collab.Land. And yeah, just excited to be here as a member of the community and also a contributor to the core team.
Thank you so much, Bao and Chibi. This was awesome. I'm around the Discord. I'm Dama Jaroka on Twitter. Yeah, if you want to know more, like I'm available. And as much as I'm trying, really, really trying to like protect my time, I'm doing it very poorly. So right now, like until I can like learn how to do that and not have this be so I don't know, all encompassing for me, I'm just yeah, I want to get as much information out there as possible. And I really am feeling the weight and responsibility of this moment. This kind of attention is rare and it is special, and I don't take it for granted. And so I understand what we're trying to do and the mission of what we're trying to do. And that means I take it seriously and will try to get that message out as much as possible until I don't have any more energy right now. This time will be over. Crypto, everyone gets attention for 5 minutes. So this just happens to be our 5 minutes, and we're going to try to do what we can, whatever impact we can have in these 5 minutes. So reach out. I'm here to answer.
Oh, thank you so much. And thanks everyone for being here, for sticking with us. And yeah, I guess lastly, just a quick mention that you can all self-select notification roles just to be notified whenever there's any news, any updates, any events, or these town halls. If you're interested in being notified for those, you can do that. And yeah, keep posted to the announcements and events channels. We always post in there when there's anything that we would like to announce to the community. And yeah, with that, I think we're good to wrap this up. Again, thanks, Anjali. Thanks, Bao, for being here. And thanks, everyone in the audience, for joining us.
Thank you, Chibi. And thank you, Anjali. Thank you all so much for joining. This is great.
Thank you. And thank
See
you
you
to
guys next
everyone
Tuesday.
thank you to everyone in the audience who gave us the last however many minutes. I appreciate you.
Of course. All right, let's end this call now. Thanks, everyone, again, and we'll see you in the chats. Bye bye.